In the world of supercars, there's a holy trinity. Three names that conjure up images of power, speed, and price tags that would make your eyes water. Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren. For decades, they've been locked in an endless battle for supremacy, all fighting for the same poster space on a bedroom wall, the same corner of a billionaire's garage. On the surface, they seem like variations on a theme, mid-engined, impossibly low, and ridiculously fast. But if you think they're just competitors, you're missing the point entirely. They aren't just competitors, they're true rivals. And a rivalry is so much deeper. It's a clash of cultures, a war of philosophies. It's a fight for identity. While the two Italian titans have been trading blows for over half a century, a third, British force has systematically torn up the rule book, forcing everyone to rethink what a supercar is and what it should be. This is the story of three totally different doctrines, a story of passion, theater, and science. This isn't just about which car is faster. This is the story of why they're so different. Ferrari sells you a legacy. Lamborghini sells you a spectacle. But McLaren sells you a weapon. While the Italians are busy with passion and drama, the British manufacturer has a different obsession: the cold, hard science of speed. This is why McLaren isn't just a rival to Ferrari and Lamborghini. It's their complete opposite. The soul of Ferrari, forging a legend in red. To understand Ferrari, you have to understand the man, Enzo Ferrari, the Commendatore, a man forged in the fire of early 20th century motorsport. Enzo didn't set out to build road cars. He was a racer through and through. His heart beat in time with the pistons of his Grand Prix machines. The road cars, those beautiful GTs that would make his name a global symbol of wealth and desire, were, in his mind, just a necessary evil. They were a means to an end, and that end was winning on Sunday. The money from selling a 250 GTO was simply the ammo he needed to fund his true love, Scuderia Ferrari, the racing team. And that right there? That's the soul of Ferrari. Every car that rolls out of Maranello is soaked in this racing DNA. It's not a marketing slogan. It's the brand's founding truth. When you buy a Ferrari, you're not just buying a machine. You're buying into a lineage, a 75-year-long story of triumph and tragedy on the world's toughest circuits. You're buying a small piece of the legend. That's what Ferrari sells. It sells legacy. This philosophy shows up in the cars in a very specific way. For decades, the beating heart of a Ferrari was its naturally aspirated engine, the motore nobile, or noble engine. It wasn't just designed for power, but for character, for sound, for an emotional gut punch. The shriek of a flat-plane crank V8 at 9,000 RPM isn't just noise. It's an opera of mechanical fury, a sound that has echoed from Monza to Le Mans. Even as the brand has been forced to evolve with turbos and hybrids, that obsession with emotion is still there. Look at the Ferrari 296 GTB. On paper, it's a V6 plug-in hybrid, a setup that would have been heresy a decade ago. But Ferrari's engineers, the obsessive artists they are, nicknamed the V6 Piccolo V12, Little V12, because they spent countless hours tuning its sound to sing with the ferocity of its legendary 12-cylinder engines. They didn't just build an efficient engine, they sculpted a sonic experience. This is the Ferrari way. Technology serving passion. The hybrid systems in the 296 and the monstrously powerful SF90 Straydale aren't just for efficiency. They're tools to sharpen performance, to fill in torque gaps, to make the car feel even more alive. Looking ahead, Ferrari has confirmed it's tackling its first all-electric car, with the monumental challenge of delivering that same adrenaline-pumping experience its fans expect, with a full reveal planned for 2026. And then there's the design. Once penned by the legendary Pininfarina and now crafted in-house, Ferrari design is a language of elegance and aerodynamic purpose. The shapes are sensual and timeless. They're beautiful, but it's not superficial. Every curve is shaped by the wind, every vent born from the demands of cooling and downforce. It's a sophisticated beauty, one that whispers about its performance instead of shouting. A Ferrari is the aristocrat at the party, impeccably dressed, exuding a confidence that needs no loud introduction. The driving experience is the final piece. A Ferrari is precise, agile, and devastatingly fast, but it's never cold. It feels organic, communicative. There's a delicacy to the controls, a sense of partnership between you and the machine. Owners talk about it like a relationship. It demands respect. It can be temperamental, but when you earn its trust, the reward is an experience that's more than just transportation. It's about feeling the history in your hands and becoming part of an exclusive myth. This is the soul of Ferrari, a soul forged in competition, obsessed with emotion, and wrapped in timeless elegance. It's a powerful, intoxicating idea. But across the valley, in the small town of Sant'Agata Bolognese, another man had a very different idea, one born not from reverence, but from rebellion. The theater of Lamborghini, the Raging Bull's rebellion. The Lamborghini origin story is the stuff of automotive legend, a tale of industrial pride and a personal insult that perfectly captures the brand's defiant spirit. Ferruccio Lamborghini wasn't a racer. He was a brilliantly successful industrialist who made his fortune building tractors. He was a wealthy man, a connoisseur of fine things, and a Ferrari customer. As the story goes, Ferruccio was unhappy with the clutch in his personal Ferrari, and being a master mechanic, felt he could do better. He took his suggestions to Enzo Ferrari, who, in a moment of legendary arrogance, blew him off. "The problem is not the car, but the driver," Enzo supposedly retorted, telling the tractor guy to stick to what he knew. In that one moment of dismissal, a rival was born. Ferruccio, insulted and furious, decided he wouldn't just fix his clutch, he would build a better car. A grand tourer that was more reliable and more refined than anything from Maranello. And crucially, he declared his company would have no racing division. His cars weren't for the track. They were for the road. They were for making a statement. And just like that, the core philosophy of Lamborghini was set in stone. If Ferrari was born to chase lap times, Lamborghini was born to be the ultimate anti-Ferrari. It wasn't about legacy. It was about the present. It wasn't about refined elegance. It was about outrageous, jaw-dropping presence. If Ferrari sold you a soul, Lamborghini sold you pure, unadulterated theater. This philosophy of spectacle is the brand's guiding star. Take the 1966 Miura, arguably the world's first real supercar. With its V12 engine mounted sideways right behind the driver, it wrote the rule book for the next 50 years. It was a technical marvel, but what people remember is its breathtaking beauty. Then came the Countach. The Miura was beautiful. The Countach was an alien invader. It was a riot of sharp angles, huge tires, a massive wing, and of course, the scissor doors. Those doors, rising up to the sky, became the brand's signature, the ultimate piece of automotive drama. They served no real functional purpose, but that was exactly the point. They were pure theater. Lamborghini designs aren't meant to be subtle. They're meant to stop traffic, to draw a crowd, to be an event. At the heart of this drama is the engine. While Ferrari was off perfecting track-focused V8s, for Lamborghini, the V12 isn't just an engine. It's the star of the show. The sound is everything. It's a raw, primal scream that has more in common with a charging bull than a finely tuned instrument. The company has stubbornly held on to this engine. Even with their first V12 plug-in hybrid, the Revuelto, the hybrid system isn't there to be quiet or just cut emissions. As their tech chief said, the electric components are there to improve performance. The driving experience is a direct reflection of this. Where a Ferrari is a rapier, it's less about surgical precision and more about overwhelming force and adrenaline. It's a constant assault on the senses, raw, wild, and loud. You tame it. It's the automotive equivalent of a rock star smashing a guitar on stage. It might not be the most technical way to end a song, but it is, without a doubt, the most memorable. For decades, this was the great Italian supercar civil war. But across the English Channel, in a quiet town called Woking, a new challenger was emerging. A challenger that cared for neither legacy nor theater. A challenger that believed in a new, colder, and far more ruthless God. Data. The science of McLaren, the surgeon's scalpel. McLaren was founded by something else entirely, a driver who was also a brilliant engineer. Bruce McLaren was a quiet, his mantra, a phrase that defines the company to this day, wasn't about passion or drama. It was a simple statement of purpose. Life is measured in achievement, not in years alone. This relentless pursuit of measurable achievement is the bedrock of McLaren Automotive. The company wasn't created to settle a score or to fund a racing habit. The racing team and the road car company are two sides of the same coin. This is why McLaren isn't just another supercar brand. It's a technology company that happens to make cars. The modern McLaren road car division can be traced to one moment, the launch of the McLaren F1 in 1992. It wasn't just a new car, it was a complete reset of the automotive world. Designed by the legendary Gordon Murray, it was a machine built with zero compromises. It was the first road car with a full carbon fiber monocoque chassis, a technology pulled directly from their Formula One program. It was fanatically lightweight. It was, and in many ways still is, the ultimate expression of performance through engineering. The F1 wasn't built to be beautiful or dramatic, it was built to be the fastest car on the planet. Its beauty was just a byproduct of its perfect function. This form follows function philosophy, dictates everything McLaren does today. While Ferrari might start with a sketch, their cars are sculpted in a wind tunnel, their shapes dictated by the unyielding laws of aerodynamics. Every surface and every crease is there for a reason: to manage airflow, create downforce, or cool a vital component. This is why a McLaren can look almost alien. The design isn't meant to be nostalgic, it's meant to communicate technical supremacy. Central to this is a fanatical obsession with two things: carbon fiber and lightweighting. Every single car that has left the McLaren factory, this is a fundamental difference. For McLaren, it's the non-negotiable starting point for every model. This provides immense rigidity and an incredibly low starting weight. Weight is the enemy. It blunts acceleration, compromises braking, and corrupts handling. McLaren's engineers are in a permanent war against mass. This adding lightness approach creates a virtuous cycle. A lighter car needs a smaller, more efficient engine, smaller brakes, and lighter suspension. The benefits just keep compounding. This pragmatism extends to their engines. McLaren pioneered a compact, brutally effective twin-turbo V8. It may not have the operatic scream of a Ferrari or the thunder of a Lamborghini, but it is a ruthlessly efficient tool for producing immense power. A car like the 720S delivers acceleration that is genuinely shocking, a relentless, savage surge of power that feels more like a fighter jet. The move to a V6 hybrid in the Artura isn't a step down. This all leads to a driving experience that's utterly unique. Driving a McLaren is an exercise in precision. The hydraulic steering, a feature McLaren has clung to for its superior feel, communicates every detail of the road directly to your fingertips. The car feels hardwired to your brain. It's a clinical instrument, a surgeon's scalpel designed for dissecting a racetrack with breathtaking accuracy. It's for the analytical driver who geeks out on data and measures success in tenths of a second. McLaren doesn't sell you a story about the past. It doesn't sell you a show for the present. McLaren sells you a piece of the future. It sells you a weapon, honed by science, for the singular purpose of going faster. The rivalry synthesis. So we have three giants, three philosophies. They aren't simply good, better, and best. They are the heart, the guts, and the brain. It's an emotional purchase. It's for the connoisseur who understands that a machine's soul is just as important as its specs. Lamborghini, the guts, sells you theater and rebellion. It's a visceral purchase, a defiant roar against subtlety. It's for the extrovert, the showman who wants a car that's an event. And then there is McLaren, the brain. It's a rational purchase. It's for the technician who wants the most precise, technologically advanced weapon for the road and track. Their differences are what make them such perfect rivals. McLaren, in turn, faces the challenge of injecting more of the Italian's flair into its clinical machines. And Lamborghini, and continues its glorious theatrical rebellion, reminding everyone that sometimes the point of a supercar is just to be ridiculously, wonderfully, insanely cool. This trinity creates a perfect ecosystem. It offers a choice not just between cars, but between identities. You don't just pick one from a spec sheet, you choose the one that speaks to your personality. In the end, the rivalry between Ferrari, Lamborghini, and McLaren makes the entire automotive world infinitely more interesting. They are three distinct pillars of performance. Ferrari offers you a chance to buy into a legend. Lamborghini invites you to star in your own blockbuster. And McLaren provides you with the most advanced tool for the job. They are the artist, the rock star, and the astronaut. Their battle for supremacy is the greatest show on earth, and the clear winner is anyone who gets to witness it. So, the ultimate question isn't which one is best, but which one is you? Are you driven by the passion of a racing soul? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of supercars and want more exclusive car content, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a ride with us here at Car Roulette. Whether it's McLaren, Ferrari, or Lamborghini,